Hi and welcome to another tutorial. Today I will show you how you can create from a bar chart, very easy, a bullet chart. Before we start, introduction, my name is Kathrin, Managing Partner of Yoda BI, founder of Colors of Fabric and Power Platform User Group. Everything you can find in my tutorials like datasets, measures and so on, you can find on GitHub. I will link it in the description below. You can write me email, go on my blog. You can also follow me on LinkedIn or on YouTube. Okay, let's go into Power BI Desktop. First, I will show you what we will do today. So you see here we have, like the last tutorials, our grocery data set. And if I click on a specific month, you see that the differences between the current and the previous months here is visible, and it is green or it is red. In the chart below, you see this was the version below, which was very popular here on YouTube, and that's why I decided to make an extended version for the new feature where we can, for example, overlap the bars, and we put the labels beside so that it's more aligned and looks more sophisticated. Okay, let's start. I open my exercise page, and we start, of course, with a clustered bar chart. Put it in, and all we need for this today is the category. Let me see where I have it. Here it is. Category, and we need the total spendings, of course, and you see that's it. That's the basic. And then we start in our format area here where the brush is on the right side. We open the x-axis and we start to modify it a bit. So, for example, the values, we should stay with the values, very important, but the title could be disappear. So let's turn off the title. Then we have the x-axis where we don't need the values, and as well we can hide the title here. Okay, that looks good. Maybe we change the color a bit. We'll drag it down here, and now we can start, for example, to color our bars. We can also make it gray, but we start with the color. For the color, I created a new measure, the up and down light measure, so that it's not popping out and it's not too colorful. So you see, I created the switch statement, and instead of the color, I put in here the hex code. And now here you see the code. So if it's equal 0, the percentage growth over month, it's gray. Then it's under 0, it is light green. If it's over 0, it is light red. Okay, that's it. So let's click on FX to choose our format style, the field value, put in here our up and down lights, and click OK. And that's it. So now we have our colors here. You see, everything is red. That's because we have no filter context at the moment. So it's aggregated on the highest level. So let's put in here our month, and you see if we can also sync it. So a little tip here beside, if you copy and paste the slicer from one page to another, you can sync the slicer, so on every page you see the same. Okay, so now you see here, if I click on it, okay, change, very good. Okay, then the last thing we have to do is to go on our analyze area. First, of course, we have to pick our visual, and then we can go to the error bars. We can open here the error bar. It is on total spendings, of course. Our upper bound is our previous month, and our lower bound is a measure called 0, in which we have a 0. This is very simple. Then we turn it on, and you see now we have our bars here. Very, very straightforward. And then we can, for example, make the bar a bit bigger. We can also use the border color to make it also a bit thicker. So now we have our bars here, and it wasn't the last thing. If you recognize it, the labels are missing. So you have to go to the labels, open the labels, of course, and then we have to switch them on. So we see here now we have our labels, but this is not the correct one. So we don't have to choose a series because everything is total spendings. Turn off the value, turn on the details, and in the details we can turn the details on, put in our percentage growth measure, and then of course we have to say where we want to have our label. We need it inside the base, and now you see it is white. Of course we could stay with this, but we will change the color to red and green, which doesn't work here with a dark gray background. Or we could use light version, but let's use the one we created with a darker color. So click on FX on color, on the details, choose here as well the field values, and here we use our up-down color. Click OK, and now you see that doesn't work very well. So we have to switch on the background of our label, make it white, and then we have to reduce the transparency, and now you see here we have our label, and that's it. You see that on some categories we don't have a label because the number is so big so that it can't display the correct value here, so it is visible. That's also why this info button here is, if you hover over, you can see the error message. Okay, so to avoid missing values, we will change this visual slightly, a little bit. So first, we turn off the labels and we change the color of the bars. So we don't use the red and green. We delete it and we will choose a nice light gray. And we can also turn off the error bars here. And next, I will make the gray a bit lighter. Now that is better. And we have to fill in here our next measure into the total spendings, which is X1 axis, so that we can put the labels beside the bars. And for that, I created a measure which called max selected product category for previous months, and this 1.5 times means that if it selected the highest previous month from the category, and then it will multiply 1 and 1.5, so that we have a little space between the bars and the labels. Okay, so put it in. Make sure that we have the correct order so that the x-axis is above the total spendings. And then we click on the chart. We choose our brush here. We choose the bars and we change the color again. You see, by default it goes back to the original color theme. So X1 is white, so that we don't see it, and the total spendings was light gray. So this color looks nice, and now we can turn on our labels. It's data labels, turn them on, then we have to choose, of course, the X1. Total spendings, we don't need labels for the total spendings, but for X1. And then we go down, not inside the base, but outside at the end. And now you see here this our labels. Okay, then the bar, it is under error bars in our analyze pane. Go down, and then we have to choose here as well the series. It's X1, so total spendings is off. X1, turn it on. And here we have the same as before, so we have the 0 for our lower bound and the previous months for our upper bound. And now you see here our bars, and you can go down, open the bar menu, so it's the same as before. We make the a bit bigger, the width, and we can also change here the color of the border to black. Is it black? Yeah, it's nearly black. And of course, if you want to have it a bit more together, you can go to the brush again. You can click on bars. You can open the series all. And in the layout, we have the option to overlap our bars. And here we can click on overlap. We can overlap it a bit, and then you see it's now is overlapping. And if we now choose the months, it is the same as before, but a bit cleaner, a bit sophisticated, a bit more sophisticated. So yeah, I like this version a bit more, so that's why I created this new video. I hope it helped, and you can use it in your daily reports. Write me in a comment if you missed something, and I hope we see us in the next video. Until then, I wish you a lot of fun with Power BI. See ya. Bye bye.